Hello, my name is Shuttley and welcome back for another episode of Ep38 as Mexico. In previous episode we had some potential rebellions that wanted to fire. One in Somaliland and another one in Oklahoma, which, you know, we took care of them fairly quickly. We did also get a decent bit of land from Canada. I don't remember if that was in the previous episode or not. It's been a few days since I recorded last time. But right now we currently are in a diplomatic play against Austria, which actually the primary demand is only ban slavery in Marina Kingdom, so I might actually be fine with that one. And that would allow us to avoid a potentially costly and long war, which would be quite nice, admittedly. I've done a little bit of work on off-camera, setting up some more construction work and a few other things. We've got a lot of construction sectors, well, a few construction sectors being built right now, because I kind of want to use up the investment pool that we have right now. It is 30 million, which admittedly is quite a bit. But, you know, if we can just start to utilizing that a bit further, that's going to allow our economy to grow quite a bit. Admittedly, it's already 1930, so we've got about 5 years, well, a bit shy of 6 years, before the end of the playthrough. Oh, City of Plenty in Guerrero. That's the standard of living. They are fairly good. I mean, you know what? I'm just going to take it more loyalist. We do have 16 million radicals, admittedly, which should be going down. Hopefully the loyalist numbers will maybe start to increasing a little bit. We'll see how it goes, though. We've got a pretty good amount of bureaucracy available right now, but we are increasing some of the institutions, namely the law enforcement and social security. So that's going to mean that we won't do too much in there. Now, let's have a look. If I was to give in, it should be just the primary thing, isn't it? Yes, primary demand. That's just banning slavery in Marina Kingdom. That's fine by me. And there we go. We're no longer threatening a war. And we're making pretty good amount of money. 177,000. I did have some troops activated and all that beforehand. How do we fare in declaring war against... Oh, we could declare war against USA again. Should be a fairly easy war at this stage, I reckon. Oh, actually... If we were to do it over here in Minnesota, we would be able to join. British Republic is the only one. Because we're going to have potentially quite a bit of infamy from this war as well. They do have quite a bit of contracts still available, but again, the economy is so weak at this stage that our 300 regulars should be able to deal quite a bit of damage. Let's just double check the troop quality that they have. They have... Okay, so they haven't really changed their troop quality, other than the fact that they don't use opium anymore. So morale loss is actually going to be higher. Interesting, actually. And we've got, if we have a look at our military, so we've got the squad infantry. We've got the same artillery as them. We do have our motorized reconnaissance still. Technically speaking, we could try switching to the aerial reconnaissance, but I don't think we have even nearly enough of a plane production yet. I mean, we are about to get some. Actually, I think we did build... Yeah, we did build one of these. And it's subsidized. It's producing 60. If it's going to be 100... Well, I suppose once we get a second one of these, we could probably switch the troops. Of course, that's going to be a little bit tricky with the war ongoing. So I don't know if we're going to be actually switching to that. Oh, potential war ongoing. We've got plenty of innovation underway as well, so that's good. But if we do the war for Minnesota, and then maybe Mississippi, Florida, and Georgia... That would allow us to get a sort of continuous area in here, deny America of any coastal, coast into Gulf of Mexico, and that should be quite nice. And you know, it just combines the areas in there. So I think that is what we'll probably do. It's probably going to be a bit of a disaster for our economy, but if we just keep on increasing construction speed a bit further, we should be fine. So, Conquer State, Minnesota. And then, I believe I can add in war goals already. So, Congress State. I definitely want to get Mississippi. That leaves us with 3 more war goals, potentially. Well, I suppose we could go Congress State. Florida. Well, that's only 18. Oh, we might get even more than that, then. Then let's get Georgia. That leaves us with 32 points total. I guess Arkansas would be kind of a logical step as well. That's 25 points, and that leaves us with 7, so that's not a lot. We got 350 infamy. We might get declared again. But let's go ahead and activate some of the troops, shall we? So this is going to be our final war against USA, most likely. So we should be getting quite a nice chunk of land, at least, that's for sure. Let's see, where's the big army? There you go. So this is going to be... Well, are you good at attacking? Morale is reduced, so it's not too bad at least. We'll of course have you defend that front. And we'll send some of the, like this one, defend the smaller front there, and then we'll just do landings into Florida and all that. With basically all the rest of the troops. That would probably work. Let's have a look. So they have a bit of troops on the front line. I'm sure that they are going to start activating a lot of the armies. And let me just clear the message log here. There we go, so we can see a little bit. So they've got 30 flotillas. Actually, let's go ahead and send the flotillas in here as well. So one of them is going to be doing the landings. That's patrolling coast in Central America. You're currently patrolling coast in Sundry, but what I suppose I could do with you is send you over here to start singing convoys. And then the last one is just preparing to do the invasions, I suppose. It will be patrolling coast in Central America to begin with, and then we'll do landings in like Florida and all that. Link up with the troops in Alabama and just clear out the southern area, and we'll hopefully also clear out the northern area as well. This is probably going to be still a relatively long war, but how we're doing in terms of money, we're still making 121,000. That is of course not with all the troops active. The investment pool is going down slightly, but I think we can still increase the productions even further. Let's figure out, so do we got the electric industries in here. We do have 5 construction sectors already. And over here we've got 2, I suppose we could get another one over here. Just get more arts academies. Although they are having some problems hiring. Is that because... Oh, there might not be enough qualifications. There's not too much pops in here to be fair either, so maybe we'll get another university there. And then Texas is already at 10. Construction sectors, so we could probably get another one in here. And at least getting some mines and logging camps and all that sort of stuff in here. There we go, those are now on the construction queue. It's reducing the money at least a little bit further, but you know, it's not the worst of the things. The Catholic Church does not enjoy, or is not particularly loyal right now. Oh, because we've got a little bit of a bad legitimacy right now. I don't suppose we can change that, can we? Not for the better. We could change it for the worse, but I don't think that's a smart idea. Also building quite a bit of it. Oh, right. There's, first of all, this one we probably don't need to be in, so I'm just going to declare neutrality over there. The Spain versus Communist Philippines, I'm going to declare neutrality on that one. I hardly think I'm going to need it in there, and then Rwanda is having a revolution there as well. So I'm just going to declare neutrality on that one. I do wonder if, well, I mean, there shouldn't be a lot of nations that could join in this. Oh, Venezuela embargoed us. I mean, we are kind of working without any trading at this stage. Let's be honest, because with 350 infamy, and that's a bit high. We would also have over 1,000 construction now per week, which admittedly, we probably should have gotten that as high as that a lot sooner. I'm going to get another one over here in Louisiana. And then I guess, well, we could get another one in Alabama as well. Well, there we go, that is at least giving us a decent bit of stuff in there. How's the... Okay, there's plenty of infrastructure there. So have they started activating their troops yet? Not yet. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start activating some of the armies. Like that one and maybe this one. Not going to activate all of them right now, but slowly start activating them so we can start doing by a landing here. Ooh, actually, I suppose one of the things that I could do is bring in another one over here to just do defense. For example, this one. And then have the big army just do the attacking, because, you know, it's a large army, we got much better troop quality. I don't know if America is currently bankrupt. They were bankrupt, they're not anymore. So it might not be quite as easy for us to attack, but, you know, we should have still pretty decent attack values. I mean, let's have a look. For example, battalion. So 120 attack, 250 defense. So overall it's pretty decent, I dare say. Could be better, of course, but it's not the worst. How are we doing in terms of markets? So lead is a bit high price. Radios, electricity, engine, silk. Dyes are also a bit high. We did have the... Oh, we have a bit of infrastructure issues in here. Let's get a port in there. That'll be fine. And then the synthetic plant is already level 5. So that is producing 200 silk. It's not the only place that we produce silk in, I don't think. But it is pretty decent overall. Where do we have the other one? Veracruz has a pretty big one. And Saskatchewan has a bit smaller one. So these... Oh yeah, there's a level 10 synthetic plant. And the input of resources over there is fairly cheap actually. So they're paying pretty good amount of taxes, I dare say. Which is always nice to see. Oh, we're losing the interest in Caribbean. Oh, Haiti broke away from the customs union. Ah, fair enough. I'm not particularly surprised by that. So over here we should be able to defend quite easily. They do have still defense of 160. What about over here? It's an average of 130. Of course, if we can have the advantage in numbers in the combat, we should be alright. So what are their goals? Liberate Oregon, Central America, and Yucatan. Alright. Well, they're not going to get to any of those. Go ahead and mobilize the remaining armies, now that we're approaching the... Is there actually... No, we don't really have more troops to another general from, but that's alright. So we've got a 40 battalion. This is probably going to be the one doing the landing. Or maybe the surveyor could be the one. But I think we've got okay defenses in here. We can let them take a bit of casualties at first, although we will be advancing from the main front line here, as well as doing the landings in Florida, and hopefully then pushing the enemy back a little bit. I don't know how much of an army they have right now. 220? Okay, I mean, it's not the worst. But I've got more, so they are worried. I do wonder actually if they will give up in this war. Technically speaking, they might. Considering that we've got a lot stronger army and all that. No, at the same time, I suppose that would give us Minnesota, which doesn't... It does have quite a bit of resources overall. Like iron mines and sulfur and logging. We can get a decent bit out of that. It's got chemical plant, some farms, maize farms at that. And some livestock ranches. A lot's not enough. They did not back down. Okay, well, we should be able to push through there. They are going to be pushing over here, but let's go ahead and start with the naval landing, shall we? So, this one, we'll be doing naval landing in Florida, and I guess what we'll do is we'll take one of these... Oh, bollocks. We can't see... You know what? There is actually a way for me to see. To see, like, what exactly are they doing. So, is Alvaro? You're the mountain expert. I don't think there's a lot of mountains in Florida, to be fair, so maybe we'll send in the... We get a surveyor over here to do the landing. Now, I do wonder how our attack is going to fare in here. I mean, they've still got 113 average defense there. Which I suppose is not... Oh! Donation of knowledge. Sure, I'll take that one. Although our innovation can't really go higher, but that's fine. So we're still getting 73,000 per week. So we are getting a lot of money in there. Okay, and we got a first attack. I think we might lose this one. Although they are going to be losing a lot of troops in this battle overall. So we... I don't know, we might turn it around. If we just, you know, inflict more casualties on them. Over here, on the other hand, our defense is going to hold just fine. Are they bankrupt yet? I mean, technically speaking, they are still bankrupt, but it's not really going to be quite as easy. But I think this is going to be a victory. We've got more troops. Our troop quality is better. Well, I mean, the defense value is fairly good, but in terms of the casualties, we are inflicting more. Especially the demoralization is going to be the key in here. In this battle, I reckon. And the defense over here is going perfectly, almost. Is the landing that is going to happen in 3 weeks. Right, so there is a Spain versus France war. I'm just going to declare neutrality on that one. And then there is... Johor is having a revolt, so I can declare neutrality on that one as well. But there we go. The first battle seems like we're going to have a victory in both of them. And then, of course, once the landing happens, we'll have a victory in there. We'll hopefully be able to get a decent bit of land in there before they start sending some troops in there. Most likely from this front, but if they send some troops away from the main front in here, that's perfect for me. So I'm keeping some of the troops sort of held back for the time being, so we can do several landings, like one in the east coast and all that. Where's their capital, by the way? Is it still in... Aha, Illinois. Right. So, they have not changed that. They are now down to 50 battalions. We've got 5,000 more men. Oh, but we've got a bit of a plunder in there. That's not going to be great. We already won the first battle. They got another, quite a few units attacking. Of course, our defense values are about 4 times as high as their offense values there. So, I don't think they'll be getting through that. And in the meanwhile, we are still making pretty good damage overall in the Battle of Mississippi. So, that should be fine. And, oh, we've got a naval combat in which we're just wrecking their fleet. And we should soon see another landing in Florida. There we go. So they've got no one in there right now. It's going to take a few days before they arrive, but if they don't have enough troops in there... Oh, now they've got 100 battalions heading in there. Where did they take most of it away then? Did they have just troops lying around? Maybe they did. But clearly not in Dixie. They were somewhere else. Okay, so there are going to be some defenders in the front, but it's not going to be enough to necessarily stop our attack completely. Especially since they got all the 3 battalions defending. I could probably send in at least one of the armies over there to assist in the defense. In particular, that's actually fairly good for offense and defense. I'm going to send this one to help defend there. And then let's go ahead and get another one, or another landing going. Let's go for North Carolina. We've got 3 generals that are possible options for this. I suppose Ramon could probably do. It's only 30 battalions, but that's fine. So we're about to get our first victory over here in Mississippi on the main front line. And we're still holding in Alabama, which seems to be going fairly well. We might have to stop the advance in here soon-ish. Although, well, it's going to take a while. Well, it's not going to take that long until the troops arrive there. They have activated the Contras, clearly. But are they now running out of money again, is the question. Not yet. I mean, they might be running a bit low on money, but they haven't run out of it yet. And we're making 160,000 per week instead. So yeah, that's pretty decent. Admittedly, most of that is coming from the investment pool, but my goal was to spend most of the investment pool before the end of the game anyway. Okay, this might not be quite as good a victory. Oh, but there's 18 days. Well, we've got 18... Hold on a minute. Yeah, both of us are arriving there in 18 days. Alright, well, we can hold them back there. Oh, we got another army heading in there. Oh, was that the... Oh, bollocks, it was the army from here on the main front line. Well, I mean, I guess we could send this one in here. Help defend. I don't think they'll be attacking us too much, but having an extra army in there just in case we lose the battle. Which, well, that's not going to be a loss at least. Somewhere else it might be. So I think we're going to have a bit of a loss on this battle. Unfortunately, we're still probably inflicting a bit more casualties on their side, just about. Depends a lot on the rolls, I suppose, but I believe both of us should be arriving here shortly. And I think what we might want to do is... Oh! Wait a minute. Oh! Hold on a minute. So we took a massive chunk of land in here in Mississippi and Arkansas. So I believe now the front over here, or the general from there, will send to help defend in this. So we can probably hold this line, and we're going to have another landing in there shortly, hopefully. That is going to happen in 10 days, so yeah, it's going to be there shortly. We're holding them back over there. We will have 2 of these armies holding them back in here. Oh, now we've got a bit of slightly more difficult combat in there. How is the economy doing? Are they still... Well, they haven't yet lost the war, or the economy entirely. Now, they do have a bit more troops on the front line than we do, but I believe the cost of war is already 10 million on the enemy side. They have taken a lot more casualties, which, to be fair, is kind of the usual state of affairs. Oh, they are attacking in here. Alright, well, let's see how it goes. It's quite... Oh, wow. I mean, it is poor visibility, but I think we may have already broken the enemy troops a little bit. So now they've got defense of 95 in here. It's where it used to be larger. And over here they've got 92. We're still probably going to lose this battle, admittedly. Do we have anyone... Yeah, we got an army defending there, so if they do a counter-attack... Oh, and they are not really having a lot of troops defending in here yet. They've got some more troops arriving here shortly, but that should be cleaning up a little bit of the front lines elsewhere, like this one. We could maybe send you to help defend in here. And we are going to win this combat, that's for sure. Now, if we can win it quickly enough before the reinforcements arrive, that's brilliant, but I don't think we can quite pull that off. And that defense... Oh, wow, 300 defense there against their 46 offense. That doesn't seem like a particularly good situation with them. So we've already gotten parts of 4 of the war goals. There's just Minnesota that we haven't gotten to yet. Now, I suppose what I could do is I could designate as a strategic objective. So our next attack should be happening in there. And then we'll already have a little bit of troops in all the... oh, right, we're defending in here. Poor visibility on both sides, but the enemy is now looking pretty rough in terms of their fighting capabilities. I don't suppose they've switched their... No, there's still trench infantry and all that. Oh no, they intercepted our convoy raiders. Anyway, we're just going to wreck their fleet, I guess. We're also getting flamethrowers, which I believe it is going to increase kill rate, which is quite nice. And then we'll get the multilateral alliances. I suppose after that we could maybe just go for a little bit of production stuff still for the end of the game. Oil turbine could be quite useful. Compression ignition is also quite handy, so we'll put that one in there. And then, well, I suppose there's various interesting stuff. I don't think we need to worry about them too much. And that one's already spreading, so that will be done fairly soon. Seems like we are defending over here. We're trying to attack, but it's not going all that well yet. Ah, there we go. Social Security Investments is now level 3. And how's the battles in here? So they still got... yeah, they've got more troops. Now, I believe we've still got an army that is... well... we don't have an army that is attacking right now. I suppose after this combat is over... there we go. Law enforcement is also increasing. So what I could do is I could just pull that army back and do another landing further north to split their troops even further. Like, they need quite a bit more manpower in the combats to beat us. Just going to switch you to defense, let them do their attacking, take the casualties and all that. And we're still not really breaking through there, and this one battle is still ongoing, in which, oh wow, we've got less than 2,000 members, they're 40,000. I think we lost that battle. I got a bit of a feeling that that might be the case. Have they started? No, they stopped attacking. Both sides are defending. I mean, fair enough, I suppose. Ooh, we got a bit of extreme support for national militia right now. And we got the, oh right, petition to pass autocracy. I'd rather not pass that, to be fair. I guess we can just, you know, leave it in limbo. Still losing, or using £98,000 per week in the investment pool. Flamethrowers unlocked, so that's an extra kill rate. Not going to switch to the flamethrowers themselves right now, but it's just, you know, getting the extra kill rate there will already make a bit of a difference in the combat. Not necessarily in these current combats, but at the same time... oh, right, they're down to 80 in here. Their defense values have gone down a little bit. So one of the things that I could do... and do we still have... right, once this battle is over, which, well, might take a while... although we're taking pretty hefty casualties, the enemy has taken quite a bit of casualties as well. More than we have. Hey, we sank 800 convoys from the enemy. Now that's a pretty decent amount. Now we're making 200,000 per week. I think we might hit pretty close to the gold reserves, let's be honest. Though if we had had the multilateral alliances beforehand, or before the war, we could have put in one more state in as a war goal. But, you know, I think we're going to be taking a large chunk of the nation anyway, so... I think we'll survive. Now, unfortunately, we won't be quite meeting the goal for this series of destroying USA. But I think, you know, they're not really going to recover from all these wars anyway. We've got a bit of combat in there. That's good. Did we start... oh, we did start a battle in here as well. We're going to be losing the northern one, unfortunately, but at least in the south we're doing fine. Oh yeah, the enemy's taking a lot of casualties. How are the casualties looking like right now anyway? They're taking over 500,000, close to 600,000. The cost of war is already 22 million for them. And it looks like attackers are going to have a hard time in all of these combats. To be fair, we're defending in some of them, we're attacking in others. And we are defending over here in the south as well. Oh wow, that offense value over here is just really poor. They still got the declared bankruptcy thing, but I suppose they haven't lost enough money to declare again. Oh no, they are in default. They might have to declare the bankruptcy again soon enough. Now, admittedly, their GDP is only about 45 million. Let's be a bit generous there. Oh, we got a new general. Oh, it was the field marshal. Oh, right. So the big guy. So what traits do we have now? Persistent. So less morale loss. That's actually pretty good. And supply requisition expert. Supply consumption goes down. Logistics security chance plus 100%, and program supply line chance minus 90%. It's pretty decent. The cocaine addiction might not be quite as ideal, admittedly. Okay, so this one we definitely lost, although they took a lot of demoralization in there. Inefficient agriculture, we should probably follow their advice. And are right, we are still attacking in here. This battle has been going for a while, hasn't it? Started on December, yeah, it's been going several months now. So after that, we'll just pull the army back, and what we'll do is we could even maybe send it in here. Or maybe with the two armies we could land behind there somewhere. Regardless, we're going to do a landing most likely with the army. If we go over here in the northeast, on the Canadian border or something like that, then that would allow us to split their troops even further. I mean, they've got 600 battalions, we've got 300, so it is 2 to 1. And oh, we've got a naval combat again. In which we're just... yeah, okay. We're taking a few hundred men casualties, they've taken a lot more. Admittedly, the attack values are quite poor in comparison. Oh, they had declared bankruptcy again. Alright, well that might change a little bit on the course of battles. Especially on the main front line here. I mean, not this particular combat, mind you. But in future combats, they are going to have a harder time. And how's the battle? Oh, right. I might actually just send this army south to clear out the southern pocket of Florida, and then we can start heading further north, maybe. But now that they are bankrupt, things should be a lot easier. I mean, if they had been bankrupt from the start of this combat, they would have probably lost it. And which, I mean, we had just all 100 battalions in this combat. Oh, wow. That's going to be a bit costly replacing all of it. Come on, just end this battle. Right, we lost a bit of land there, but that's fine. I'm going to send this one down to the southern front instead. Defend in the north for the time being. And that battle hasn't ended yet. Are they attacking in here? No, not really. Neither side really has the force to really do the attacking there right now. So it's basically just the main front line in here. I mean, I do wonder... I mean, we are technically speaking attacking in here. They've got 90 battalions. The defense is only 50, though. So I'm pretty sure that this army should be able to deal quite a bit of damage. Whether it's going to be quite enough, I don't know. Well, it is going to be enough, judging by the numbers. They do have a bit more manpower in the battle, but at the same time, the defense value is half of what we have. Even when camouflage, which gives them another 10% defense there. So I think they are going to be taking quite heavy casualties in this battle. And we might be able to clear out the rest of the peninsula in here, and then we're going to maybe start amassing some troops for other attacks. But honestly, a lot depends on this next attack over here in the north. If they have a lot of troops, then we might not get through there. If they don't, then we've got a pretty good chance of clearing out all of that. Oh, we sank some more American convoys as well. Excellent. Over here, our attack in Florida is, well, it's roughly equal in numbers right now in terms of the raw manpower. But of course, our kill rate is so much higher and all that. So I think we are going to be winning that battle fairly soon. Oh, wow, 17 of it. Oh, I mean, it is poor visibility and all that, but that is still rough. When your enemy has almost 20 times the defense that you have attack. It doesn't bode well. Okay, so this battle didn't go all that well. We might want to just hold back for a little while we clear out some of the other areas and let the troops recover and all that. So unfortunately, we can't make them accept the peace deal yet. At least they've still got war support. In recognition of accomplishment. I guess we could take that one. But yeah, we can't... I mean, I suppose I could at least go for the southern areas in here. Oh, they would actually accept Florida. And let's put in Mississippi. Okay, that goes too far for them. We'll slowly start pushing in some more war goals in there. But unfortunately, I do realize we are actually out of time for this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also, check out the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.